Yo, what's good? What's good, man? It's your man, Chatta Pound-aka-Gwo back here again with you with another one. Right now, I'm finna try to enter my own live on this thing. I should have did it later on. Let me get all the way up out of here. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in, man, to this live. I had did the live last night, but I kind of made a little mistakes when I overlooked what I was putting together. I seen that I had made a couple of mistakes because um, Gerald Prince Miller, he's not from the Bronx. He's from South Jamaica, Queens. And I said South Jamaica, Queens, but I said the Bronx instead of South Jamaica, Queens. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come back. I had to delete that old video, come back with this new video, and try to clarify what I said that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But what I was talking about was uh this man, he just got out of prison. He didn't snitch on nobody, you know what I'm saying? He held it down like a real gangster was supposed to. He come home and he's trying to change lives. He's trying to do stuff for kids. He's trying to open up routes and show people that what he did was not the right way. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to make change for the kids and put stuff out there. He got this documentary that he's a part of that's called The Supreme Truth. And he's trying to get everybody to view that because they got his uncle incarcerated for no reason. And I knew that Supreme, I knew Supreme was locked up, you know what I'm saying, for no reason. It was all indirect information that got Supreme the life sentence that he got, you know. So the documentary is basically trying to shed light on the lies, you know what I'm saying, and the truths of what went on and how they got his uncle incarcerated and doing life for no reason. You know what I'm saying, basically. And I think that's a good thing, man. We should have people that come in and getting out of prison, they trying to make a change. They trying to show people, man, that life, you know, it ain't no life to live. He even gave a broke down of what's the difference between being a rat, a snitch, and a confidential informant, which is something that I did, but my platform is so small, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get into this thing. He has a bigger traction than I do. So maybe people is entitled to listen to him more than what I was saying because he said basically the exact same thing that I was saying when I was breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? How you have rats, you have snitches, and you have confidential informants. And with the confidential informants, you would never know that they had informed. They do have track record. You know what I'm saying? They do have track record. If you read the paperwork, they do have a track record, but they don't have to sign no five uh 5K1 motions and rule 35s and all that, you know what I'm saying, to get no plea deal and to they don't have to actually get on stand and point the finger and be like, yeah, he did this, he did that, you know what I'm saying? Because they wearing wires and they basically going to do undercover buys and all that stuff and actually getting the people caught up themselves so they won't have to get their hands dirty. So them the worstest of the worst, you know. So that's what bro he was breaking down and letting people know the difference between these. And then you actually had by me putting a lawsuit on somebody, you know what I'm saying? Um, I had a couple of content creators that were trying to say, oh well, you know what I'm saying, if you putting a lawsuit on the man, you know what I'm saying, that's also ratting because you know what I'm saying, you got the lawsuit, you got to go through the laws for the lawsuit. Man, I don't know how they reaching. So you mean to tell me that Kenneth Kenneth Supreme McGriff is he's snitching by putting a lawsuit on the dude for slandering his name on social media and saying that he committed crimes that he never was locked up for, you know? So anybody that put in a lawsuit on anybody, they snitching. Man, come on, y'all got to get y'all facts and stuff straight. Especially the dudes that never been in the streets, they need to stop talking about stuff that they never even been a part of. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of dudes that's hollering about snitching. Who snitched? Oh, he's this, he's a rat. I ain't fucking with him. And these dudes never even had the opportunity to see if they was gonna stand strong. These dudes ain't had no 10, 20, 30, 40 year sentence to where they gotta do 10 years straight, 20 years straight, 30 years straight, 40 years straight. You know what I'm saying? They never had that opportunity. They never had an opportunity of looking at a life without the possibility of release or death sentence to see if they was gonna stand strong and be like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna see my little girl no more. She was just born. My mom and daddy, I'm not gonna see them no more. You know, shit, my girlfriend, my homie, I know my homie was liking my girlfriend, and he told me how fine she was, and I tried to play big dog and was like, shit, man, I ain't fucked up about a bitch, and woo, 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 woo. Now he got the opportunity to go ahead and snatch my broad up, man, shit. Now I ain't trying to stay up in here. Motherfuckers ain't been awarded the the sentence of seeing if they was gonna be solid. So all of these dudes that's hollering about what ratting is, if you ain't did a whole stretch like that, like Prince, he just got out doing 30 plus years. If you ain't did shit like that, bro, you shouldn't even be talking about what a snitch is and what a snitch would do and how you would do it and all of that, because you ain't never been involved in it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never been involved in it, so you don't know how strong your bones is. You know, a lot of people break when they get to hearing them life sentences and stuff. They get to really, hey, hold on, let me tell you about such and such down the street. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing that that I've been seeing on social media is we got a lot of name dropping going on this social media. The art of dialogue, fucking DJ Vlad, uh, let me see, what's the other little dude name? Cam Capone. Uh, y'all sitting back and y'all documenting motherfuckers that's supposed to be legends and shit. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes is actually name dropping and ratting and shit on y'all platform. On y'all platform, these dudes is snitching on y'all platforms. They doing confidential informant type snitching though, because they putting the information out there. The feds look at that shit and they go ahead and chase the breadcrumbs and they locking people up. You know what I'm talking about? They lock people up just from breadcrumbs. Some people you can sit back, you know, and let them keep on going for a minute. Oh, he led me to the breadcrumbs, so I'm gonna sit back now for a couple of years and see how this here play out. See if they gonna lead me to the big fish. Cause I'm already led to him. We already got him. We gonna see if he lead us to a bigger fish in a certain amount of time. If he don't, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna go ahead and snatch him up because we already got him. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all doing on social media. We got cats, man, that sit on social media and they give death threats to people. And then if something actually happened to that person that you hollering about, you giving that death threat to, and the police come knocking on your door, the sooner they come knocking on their door, man, it ain't have nothing to do with it. Now you a bitch. Now you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now you're freezing up. Why don't you tell the police, man, that's good that the dude that happened to him? Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Bop, 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 bop. Why don't you go ahead and do that? You know what I'm saying? Stop saying, I ain't have nothing to do with it. I ain't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes, man, that tuck their tail to be bitches, you know what I'm saying, when the heat come their way, but they want to sit on this damn screen and want to talk about the tough man act. You know what I'm saying? And it's really getting me. So we gonna jump gears, right? Now, Prince, he was speaking about a heated dispute, a battle that happened in Bloody Beaumont, you know what I'm saying, in Texas, right? He was talking about a battle between him and Clarence Preacher Heatley. Clarence Preacher Heatley, he had a team of extortionists. You know what I'm saying? The Preacher Crew was a team of extortionists. And it was said that he was the reason why the little boy got snatched up. Richard Porter, his little what it was, his little brother got snatched up and they cut his finger off, you know what I'm saying, and they had it at the McDonald's and stuff in a box and all of that. And so um Richard Porter, he hit up Supreme now, you know what I'm saying? He hit up Prince now, you know what I'm saying? and had them to come down, you know what I'm saying, and help find out what's going on. And so um that's why Prince said that he wasn't too keyed about Preacher being on the yard, on the compound. But the thing was, uh Preacher, he was rocking with the Muslim car. He wasn't rocking with the New York car. So the thing about prison, if you're a New York car, this here's a Muslim car, you know what I'm saying? By that going down, you know what I'm saying, it'd be a big thing. So it's really an enigma of how that situation even took place. You know what I'm saying? Because the Muslim car supposed to been took him out the off the compound. They don't supposed to let no person outside of their car take their people off the compound, right? But that's neither here nor there. That's their situation. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I'm just speaking off what he already put out there, right? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? He said that they had a big knife battle, but they had the bulletproof vests on, which is the magazines. You know what I'm saying? You get a thick coat of magazines around your waist and stuff when a person try to stab you in the fleshy part of your stomach or whatever, the easiest part to attack. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hit a person like in the ribs or in the back, you know what I'm saying, where the bone and stuff at, you know, if your tool ain't solid enough, that bone is hard and it can bend up your tool. I didn't actually did that myself, you know what I'm saying? Well, my homeboy M Trim, his knife bent up in the man, you know what I'm saying, hit the bone and bent up, you know, talking about it, and it was a steady product because I put that together myself. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So uh he tried to hit him in the side, hit him in the back or whatever. And now Clarence Heatley, he's a big dude. Preacher, he's number like what? Probably like 5'10". Now, don't get me wrong, size don't matter. Size do not matter. You know what I'm saying? Because I done beat the shit out of a couple of motherfuckers way bigger than me. So size do not matter. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to fighting. But you got Preacher. He's probably like what, 5'10". You got Clarence Heatley that's like 6'5", 6'6". You know what I'm saying? He's a big dude, right? So tried to hit this dude. The dude came around, tried to swipe him, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he didn't get Preacher off the yard. He never left the yard. He was still at Bloody Beaumont. You know what I'm saying? He's still walking tall at Bloody Beaumont. So the whole action of what happened, you know what I'm saying? It was uncalled for. It was uncalled for, and the reason why he did that was for the kid, not for because Preacher had supposed to been testified or nothing like that. It was because of what he did to that kid, and I feel the same way. I was locked up with a couple of dudes that we had to get these dudes off the compound because of what they did to their mama and stuff like that. So I understand, but if you're not gonna get the dude off compound, there's no use in even pushing that issue. You know what I'm talking about? If you're not gonna, what I'm saying, really succeed in what your mission is. So everybody that's coming in here, man, I appreciate y'all coming in here, man. I'm finna do this little advertisement thing for StreamYard. StreamYard is a tool, man, that you can stream on multiple different platforms at one time. You know what I'm saying? It's affordable and it got a whole lot of little uh, uh gadgets and stuff that you can change up your formats and all that dealing with it. So I advise everybody, man, if you ain't did it, man, go ahead and use StreamYard. Is what I use. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so anyway, we got uh we got another gangster and he's out of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, New York. His name is Brian Glaze Gibbs. Brian Glaze Gibbs, he's another one that did his time, you know what I'm saying, like a man got out, you know what I'm saying? And he's pushing books and he's doing stuff positive, trying to make change for the kids. And he give a public service announcement to Preacher for what Preacher is doing. He was stating that Preacher, he's trapped in the persona of trying to be this here mob boss, this mob figure. And he was in prison and he was actually, you know what I'm saying, doing time with John Gotti before John Gotti passed. When it's a movie called He Hold Down the Seat, he hold down the seat for John Gotti to come in, watch movies, they sit there and pop it, you know what I'm talking about? And he was like, Preacher, he not Preacher, Prince, he's trapped in a persona of being a gangster, but he did all this time, and he's trying to say that he's trying to change the kids. And this is a thing that I said. I'm not saying that that Brian Glaze Gibbs is 100 on this or not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I have actually told people the same thing when I got out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, say, you can't try to push a positive situation, man, with a negative narrative. You know what I'm saying? You started portraying yourself as this street figure, man. You got to transform your whole anatomy. You can't be on that same token because everybody that you around, if you still on this discreet mentality and you get hit with an indictment and they gonna come around and they gonna snatch up all these people that you dealing with, you know, even if it's just for questioning. That right there is an inconvenience when you get sanctioned to come to court, you know, and you got to take time out of your busy schedule when you could be making money or setting up deals and stuff. You got to go down here to this courthouse on some stuff that you didn't have no involvement with, or you got to go talk to these police when you had no involvement with it. So that's why I be telling people, like, when you see that a person is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man, don't fuck with that person, you know, because that person will have you in some shit that you can't even get out of. And when you do get out of it, you know what I'm saying, you so far behind in the game that you can't really have no grounding to work your way out the situation. So that's what I be trying to inform people. And so when Brian Glaze Gibbs basically said that, when he confirmed that, I was like, man, at least I'm not the only one seeing it that way. You know, I actually see what it is. When I came home, I was actually trying to make a difference. I wasn't a selfish dude. I was looking out for other people. I was trying to bring other people and stuff that I done, stuff that I done put together, stuff that you know what I'm saying, trying to grow for them. You know what I'm saying? And now that I done pushed away from, you know what I'm saying, those situations, I'm focused on me. I'm going full fledged ahead. Right now, I'm finna get ready to go to LA. I got a whole job situation that's sending me to LA, you know what I'm saying, for to do training and all this, you know, and I'll probably be gone in like 2 more weeks. I'll be out there in LA, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm talking about. I'm doing stuff for myself. I'm making moves for myself. I got a friend. She's pushing a movie, and I'm trying to get behind her movie and help her push her movie the right way, because you know what I'm saying, you got a whole lot of people that's scammers out there, and they trying to get people for the money, and she's a kind-hearted person, man. So if I can actually get behind her and make sure that everything that she's doing is secured, I'm doing good. I don't want nothing from her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing from her. I just want her to put a product out that she's been thinking about and know that she got a success on her hands. That's all I'm trying to do. But yeah, uh Brian Glaze Gibbs, he even gave a a, a perspective of Prince that nobody else has heard. But you know what I'm saying, the people that were locked up, they know, you know what I'm saying, but nobody here on social media has actually heard. They didn't hear about, you know what I'm saying, when the stuff kicked off in the feds, you know what I'm saying, at one of the other prisons, and Prince got hit up trying to take somebody off the yard. They banged him up, you know what I'm saying? He had to go to the hospital and everything. They didn't speak on that part. Prince, he might come around and speak on it later, and I want to hear his side of the tape, right? But he was basically saying that, man, Prince, he should have stayed out of this stuff, because if Cats is not in a New York car, because that's what Prince and them was in. They was part of New York car. So if Cass is not in a New York car, you shouldn't worry about it. You got to let them people handle their car. You know what I'm saying? And so he was trying to pull his gangster move and just, you know what I'm saying, dominate the prison how he see fit. And so be it, right? And Brian Glaze Gibbs, he got a couple of books out too, you know what I'm saying? So I advise everybody, you know what I'm saying, go and watch the documentary titled The Supreme Truth. You know what I'm saying? It's about Kenneth Supreme McGriff. He's locked up, you know what I'm saying, for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? They locked him up basically because of his name. And I knew this, but when I was locked up, I knew this whole thing while I was locked up. So uh check that out, The Supreme Truth, man. I want y'all to check out all projects, because Brian Glaze Gibbs, he been putting out products since he been home, books and stuff. So y'all look up Brian Glaze Gibbs, you know what I'm saying, and follow all his platforms, you know what I'm saying, and buy the books, read the books, you know what I'm saying. The man got a story. So I got this other thing, right? They had this thing where Jay-Z, he called himself the king of New York. Everybody was like, man, you trying to take bigger throne, trying to say that you the king of New York, you know what I'm saying, with this rap thing, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't understand the roster that Jay-Z got, you know? And so I was talking to somebody, and that's what we came up with. Like, what's the roster? You know what I'm saying? I heard a dude that said, no, matter of fact, I was watching on TV, I was watching on YouTube, and Snoop Dogg said that they was getting ready to come up with this Still Dre Day, right? And said that they couldn't come up with nothing. They hit the beat and everything, but they couldn't come up with nothing. He said Dre couldn't come up with nothing. He said he couldn't come up with nothing. And if you know Snoop, Snoop is a freestyler. Snoop can come off the top of the dome with anything. Snoop said he couldn't do nothing with it, right? So he said, Dre, he called up this dude out of New York. You know what I'm saying? Said he flew in. It was Jay-Z. He said, man, within 30 minutes, they had a whole project. He said Jay-Z wrote everybody verse. He said he wrote Dre verse. He said he wrote Snoop verse. He said he put the whole song together for him. And that was crazy. I didn't even know that. But when you listen to the song, you can he made that song for California. And that's a hell of an artist. When you could change from New York and embody the whole essence of California, and you could put it in a song to fit this artist. This is Dre, and it sounds like something Dre will say. But if you listen to the bars and you put Jay-Z behind it, you can hear because some of the patterns in what he say is Jay-Z patterns. You know what I'm saying? They authentic Jay-Z patterns. You know what I'm saying? So I did some digging and I looked up and it said Jay-Z, Sean Carter has written or co-written numerous songs for other artists. Most notable iconic rapper anthem, Still Dre Day. I mean Still Dre, Still DRE. For Dre and Snoop, the global pop hit Umbrella for Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Other notable songs he has written or co-written includes for Beyonce, Crazy in Love, Baby Boy, Drunk in Love, Break My Soul, Brown Skin Girl, Alien Superstar, Savage Remix, right? For Rihanna, Umbrella, Let Me Get That, Breaking Dishes, uh Questions Existing, Talk That Talk. uh Let me see, for other artists, Still Dre Day, which is Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Heartbreaker, which is Mariah Carey, Enough Crying, Mary J. Blige, Big Bad Mama, Foxy Brown, I'll be let me see, I'll be Foxy Brown, I Love the Dough, Notorious Big, let me see, Young G's, Diddy, Back in the Days, Missy Elliott, Suit and Tie, Justin Timberlake, Coming Home by P. Diddy, Pop Style, Drake, Slide, Her, Money Ain't a Thing, Jermaine Dupri, I Got That, Amir, uh, All My Love by Queen Pen. Now, the thing is, there is no other artist in the history of hip hop that then wrote that many songs for different artists, R&B and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So to keep it real, uh, the only one that I can name that can basically top that is Eminem. Eminem, he wrote hits for people too. You know what I'm saying? But Eminem roster ain't nowhere close to Jay-Z's. So Eminem roster, it's that Eminem has written and co-written songs for other artists, including uh, Dr. Dre, uh, Forgot About Dre, Jay-Z, Renegade, 50 Cent, New Day, Hands Up, uh, My Life, Lloyd Banks, Hands Up, On Fire, Yellow Wolf, American Me, two. He said he wrote the Tupac Running. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? And Run and Dying to Live, Tupac. I don't know about that one. But because Tupac and them, they was gone when that one came up. So, this stuff do be having glitches in it now. But hip hop collaborations, and he go through the collaborations. I ain't talking about hip hop collaborations. I'm talking about actual songs that was written. But what I do think, I think that he produced the beat of Running, the Tupac song Running. You know what I'm saying? I think he produced the beat, and that's why they got that in there. But Jay-Z, hands down, you know what I'm saying? The man has written hits for himself and other people, right? So when you got rappers that just rap, right? Now you got Eminem, he done wrote hits for himself, other people, and he done made hit beats, right? Jay-Z, he done wrote hit songs for himself, other people, and wrote, you know what I'm saying, for R&B artists. That was hits. Top, I'm talking about number ones. So to be honest, I do got to put him on that Mount Rushmore of being top, because Tupac, he never did nothing close to that. Tupac was a good writer. He was a good poet, you know what I'm saying, behind the beat, right? Biggie, he was a good, you know what I'm saying, lyricist. He was a good storyteller. But they didn't do the stuff that these two rappers did. So on the Mount Rushmore, man, I got to put these rappers above them. You know what I'm saying? They might not hit better rap styles, or they might not hit the impact to appeal to the streets like like Tupac or Biggie or any other street name. But for us, they roster of what they did, I gotta put them at the top. You know what I'm saying? Just rapping alone can't get you there. It's your work ethics. It's the hard work and dedication that you putting behind your craft is gonna get you there. You know, and so that's why I got to put them all the way up there to that Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Of number one, number two. You know, so Jay-Z, I got to put him at number one because he done more than M. But I got to put M, you know what I'm saying, there too. But the thing about M as a person, you know what I'm saying, by him getting behind the movie productions and everything, and every time you talk about 50 Cent and what 50 Cent doing with the movies and the movie productions and stuff, the thing is, Eminem is the one at the top of that. So even though it's 50, the face of it, Eminem is still here and opening them doors up. So a lot of people don't understand where Eminem is at for us, the industry. Eminem is further than what people think the industry got him at. You know what I'm saying? He's way advanced now. He's way up there. And so um even Trick Trick, my guy Trick Trick, man, out of Detroit, he he gave tribute to Eminem and honored the man work ethics. You know what I'm saying? Just because of his skull, the color of his skin, man, you got to give that man his props. Even though his songs might not be, oh, that ain't my type of song, because you one of them street dudes, you want to hear, you know what I'm saying, about smoking wind and knocking down bitches and did nigga this and nigga, you know what I'm saying? All of that. No, you know what I'm saying? He just got something different. You can't mess with that man freestyling. You can't mess with that man, you know what I'm saying, lyric formation, you know? He's just like Lil Wayne, you know? Lil Wayne. And then people be talking about Lil Wayne. We're gonna talk about Lil Wayne right quick. Lil Wayne, for spitting, I think Lil Wayne kill just about anybody, man, with the spit. I'm talking about off the dome and stuff too. I think Lil Wayne, hands down, man, will massacre anybody, man, if he put his mind to it and just want to go on a spree and be like, man, we finna do this here, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne versus the world, right? I don't think there's too many rappers out there right now, man, that can stand up with Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to bars and coming off the dome, not writing nothing down, just let's put it together. Lil Wayne is up there. But for us, his work ethics and what he did for other people, I can't put him past, you know what I'm saying, fucking Jay-Z and Eminem. But for us, his spit, his craft, and what he's doing for us, his wordplay, his delivery, all of that, man, they ain't messing with him on that. They ain't messing with that boy on it. Hands down, Lil Wayne got that. So we could sit here and we could debate this music industry all day, but that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? Um, for everybody that's out there, right? What I want to do, I want to start putting together for the people that's actually trying to make change and trying to do something great, and you've been incarcerated. You have been incarcerated, and you don't want to be incarcerated no more. You done with the streets. You trying to do something better with your life. You trying to grow. You trying to build. I'm trying to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm trying to link in with you so we can do something positive and start putting ourselves in a whole nother plateau. I'm tired of black folks being looked at as the bottom feeders of society. We've been looked at as the bottom feeders of society for the longest. And I think that we need to start changing that trajectory. You know, all these dudes getting out of prison and they making money and stuff off their stories of criminal activity. And then they'll turn around and they'll tell you, well, I'm not glorifying the criminal aspect of it. If you speaking of it and you talking about what you did, you got youngsters that's listening to it and they want to follow in them steps, even though you saying that you don't want to be, you're not pushing this out there for that. You indirectly, you know what I'm saying, highlighting criminal activity. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the youngsters that's fascinated by it. And when you speak it, they want to live it. They look at you like you old and you washed up and your time is done. You see what I'm saying? That's why you done. If you were still young, you'll still be in the streets too. That's how they looking at it, homie. We got to start putting stuff together to actually let them see that, damn, you know what I'm saying? These dudes got out of prison. They didn't put this structure together, man. They done. They giving us a lane to where we don't have to be in the streets no more. Times is changing. You can tell a kid don't be in the streets, and being like me is not the way to go. But when that kid don't have nothing to eat, that kid don't have nowhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? The kid, mom and daddy is on drugs, right? The kid go out every day and he's seeing motivation because he's seeing the drug dealers, man, riding clean. They got all the women. That's what's gonna make him become a monster, homie. And y'all sitting here and y'all glorifying this world. Y'all glorifying the world, but turn around, holler about, I'm not glorifying it. How can you not glorify it? You know? I'm just being real. I'm not coming at nobody saying what you shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? When people start following you, when people start listening to you, when people start trying to buy everything that you dropping, you become a role model. What you say dictate how a person move. So if you're not trying to push or portray that, you got to stop doing it. You got to stop doing it. Period. Because that's exactly what you're gonna get out of it. You pushing that, you know. And if we really honest and we want to do something for the better, for the development, for the growth, everybody that's getting out of prison, man, let's come put our heads together, man. We know what it is to be inside. We know how much money the prison is making off of us. We know that when we go to medical, that taxpayers' money has already paid for our medical, right? But the taxpayers don't understand that once we go to medical, you know, we gotta sign this paper and they take that money off our books because we paying for our own fucking medical. So they getting double money. They getting taxpayer money for medical and they getting the inmates money for medical. They got this thing called correctional industries. Correctional industries is making over $87 billion a year from prisons. $87 billion a year. And what they doing, they'll take stuff like you got these little 15-inch TVs, little bubbles and stuff, little clear ass TVs. You can't even see through little bullshit TVs, right? You can't even buy them on the streets. And if you can stumble across one of these TVs on the streets, you probably want to, man, you buy these for under $50, under $40, no more. And and that's a high price for them. Man, they selling this shit in prison, two, three, $400. Typewriters, you can't even find a typewriter out here on the streets. But they selling typewriters for $500, $400, $300 in prison. You see what I'm saying? And then when you bring up the issue and you be like, hey, hold on, wait a minute. Um, y'all charging too much, right? Y'all charging too much for these typewriters and stuff. Y'all charging way too much. You know what I'm saying? My family paying. They try to say that the reason why they charge that is because we incarcerated and that's a part of our punishment. That is not a part of a criminal a person that's doing time. That's not a part of the punishment. You got sentenced to life without the possibility of release, or you got sentenced to 10 years of hard labor, depending on where you at. Hard labor is when you're working out in the field. You know what I'm saying? You serving your time. So how they gonna double tax you for your time and put taxes on the merchandise coming through correctional industries? Correctional industries can't even be audited. That's ridiculous. They beating all these people, they beating out of this money, and they can't even be audited. And when I was down there, I was telling everybody, man, y'all need to get together. Keep y'all receipts. Y'all get together, your family and everything. Y'all keep y'all receipts. Get together with other people that's locked up and put together a class action lawsuit, man, to get rid of that shit. Them folks, correctional industries is making over $87 billion a year from this here. And this is what people don't know about prison, right? And they try to say budget cuts and they take away certain foods and stuff out of the chow hall. You know, it's crazy. Another thing that I stumbled across. We got people that keep on bringing up Rick Ross and him being a correctional officer. The thing about a correctional officer, right? A correctional officer is not a police. Anybody that been locked up know that. A correctional officer is not a police. We do call them police and everything, but the difference is a real police officer will lock your ass up and take you off the streets. A correctional officer is just a security guard. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All that stuff that them people doing on social media nowadays, and they got these cameras and they doing these raps and stuff from prison. Think about how they got them damn phones in there, right? People like, how they get the phones in there? How they get the phones in there? They fuck with the police, the people that they call the police. So if you on the streets, think about it. If you on the streets and you fucking with the police, you looked at as a rat, right? So in prison, if that's a police, why would these inmates fuck with the police? They gotta be ratting, right? Come on, man. We can't have this our own way. We can't have it our own way. You know what I'm saying? You got the police, and you got people that's not the police. They just getting jobs in prisons and stuff. You know what I'm saying, to pass their time, right? And the thing about Rick Ross, he got some stuff about him that he don't want to tell y'all. He don't want to tell y'all. But the thing in prison, a lot of officers make way more money than what they making from they month they 2 week checks. Every other week they getting paid. If I could come to work, say for instance, I'm taking home $4,000 every 2 weeks. I'm taking home $4,000. If I can come to work and every day I'm taking home, goddamn, about 2,000. Every day I come to work, I'm working 5 times a day, and I'm getting overtime too. So if I'm making $2,000 at least every day at work, so you put 14, you put 10 times 2,000. That's $20,000, man. You done made in 2 weeks, plus your paycheck of $4,000. That's $24,000 that you done made in 2 weeks. You got police that come to prison to hustle, homie. You got people that come to prison, get prison jobs, man, to hustle. They make good money. So for those that don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross, he wasn't just a correction officer. He ain't gotta say it. I say it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just a correction officer. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna end this here at 40 minutes, man. I appreciate y'all coming in. I know I got a whole lot of people that's probably gonna disagree with me. But the thing about the disagreement is cool, because you disagree with me, that means you really didn't do time in prison. You probably did a couple of days, a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? If you went to prison, you probably ain't did no more than 5 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? You probably had a 5 year sentence and got out 2, 3 years. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't understand what I'm saying, you wasn't a hustler in prison. So with that being said, man, I'm your main man. Shout out to Pound, aka Gwo Movella. Wow, man, I appreciate everybody that coming up in here, man. Y'all join that scream, y'all, man. If y'all some content creators, you know what I'm saying? I see y'all next time. I hope y'all appreciate the show. Y'all share this here with y'all people, man. And y'all have y'all people to come in, tune in, man, to my lives. Man, I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Y'all stay up.